Hello guys, this is Sean from the Lax Life 3, and today this is more of a beginner video. So if you're like third to second year, I wouldn't watch this video. So this is for only like first to second year players, depending on how good you are. So this is just a starter video. This video is mainly on how to cradle and how to catch and pass. Cradling is the way you want to get the ball up the field and keep it in your stick. Because you really can't just run like this with the ball, right? And then the stick will just bounce around like that. So cradling is how you keep the ball in your stick, like that. So I'll teach you guys how to cradle. So, first of all, you want to just drop your stick. Do nothing at all, okay? And pretend you're like at the beach and you're doing like flexes, right? So go like this. And do this for about 5 minutes. Well, I'm not going to do it for 5 minutes because I already know how to cradle. But just do this so you get the hang of it. So then, pick up your stick. It's pretty much the same thing, but you just want to keep your bottom hand loose. You don't want it super tight because then it'll be like that and then the ball will still come out. So, I want to keep this hand loose and just let it slide through. Look how my hand's just sliding through on the bottom hand. So, you want to do that flexing motion with the top hand and your wrist. So you want to add a little bit into your wrist like this while the flexing motion. So go like this and then add the flexing motion with the wrist motion. So like this, ready? Watch. See how I'm doing the flexing motion while I'm going up like I'm flexing. And how I'm doing that little wrist kick. So like this. Then you just add in the flexing motion. Here's the flexing motion. Here's the little wrist motion. So then you add the wrist motion with the flex motion. And then you just keep your bottom hand loose and do those two motions together. And you got your cradle. So now you can run up the field, shoot it, and hopefully you score some goals for a cradle. Now, the next basic part of lacrosse, catching and passing. Okay, so the way to catch and pass is to work at home. This is the way to work on it. You want to find yourself a wall. Maybe like a brick wall, anything, a chimney, anything like that. Like, I'll show you my setup and how to do it. So, for a wall ball, it could be anything. From a piece of plywood on like a wall like this, or from a chimney. In this case, I'm using that piece of plywood. Or you could do like a chimney or even a wall at your school. Okay, so the basics of wall ball. It includes passing and catching, which will really help if you're a beginner. So you want to look at this one part of your wall, which in this case I have this big white dot. Well, if you're doing like a brick wall, you can like aim for a brick. Okay, so you want to just start off really close. Just try to hit it off that yellow, that area in where you're aiming for. You want to catch it. And when you're catching, you don't want to be very stiff like this. Ready? Watch. Because then the ball will just come out. You want to give, like in football or baseball. You want to give with it, like this. Bring it back while the ball is coming in. Like, let's say I hit it, and I just keep like this. Look at me. Like, I keep it just stiff, like this. The ball rolls right out. But, if I give with it, then the ball stays in. Give. Nice and soft. Don't be all stiff and hard, or it'll come right out. Like in football, so it doesn't hurt your hands. Or in baseball, when you're throwing the ball with your friends. Watch how my head gives. Gives with it. It comes with it. So you want to aim in that. And once you get your right hand down, or your left hand down, whatever hand's your strong hand, you want to work on your other hand. See? Like, I still have to work on this. So this involves catching and passing. See, look. It doesn't change, even with your left hand. Still get it. Still I'm in for that dog. Still get it. And you're going to have to work through frustration.
Oh my.
You're going to have to work through frustration. Like, let's say you miss it once. And you just can't get the hang of it. This is, when I was working on it when I was younger, I had a hard time doing this. Then I just fought through frustration. And then I fought through my frustration and I became really good at it. The reason why wall ball is good is because it involves your cradling motions, your wrist motion, and your flexor motion when you're catching. Like I give, and then I give it a cradle. I give it some cradles, throw it again, catch it, cradle a few times, throw it, catch it, cradle. So let's say you don't have a piece of plywood or anything like that. Still, you can use your chimney. It's the same thing as regular wall ball. It might bounce other ways, but that'll help your catching. Because you're not going to have a teammate that can perfectly catch and pass. Like, you can still use your opposite hands. And you can do a few cradles, and throw, free cradles, throw. And you can get really good at this and just quick stick. Look. Thanks for watching this basic how to cradle and how to catch and pass video. And remember, wall ball, wall ball, wall ball. So subscribe to the Lax Life 3 to get some more updates on how to get your lacrosse game good.